Updated mask guidance could be on the way for California workplaces as more employees are getting vaccinated.
Cal OSHA is considering changes to COVID-19 protocols for businesses and employees. KTLA 5's Corrine Winter live now in the newsroom with the details. Corrine.
Glenn, that meeting is underway right now, but there's growing concern that even if the restrictions are relaxed, that many people may push back on returning to work in this post-pandemic era. Proof of COVID vaccinations, mask requirements, social distancing guidelines, tensions, and questions. Many of them continue to mount as employers across the country begin shifting to a post-pandemic era to get more Americans back to work. Question is, what will that environment look like?
It can't be capricious or arbitrary. In other words, it can be so many different mixed messages that our employees are confused. And when you do that, I call it analysis by paralysis. People won't do it. They'll refuse. They'll hesitate. And you'll have these legal minefields that the employers will be stepping into.
As these discussions gain steam, analysts say many companies are bracing for possible lawsuits, not just by those with disabilities reluctant to get back on the job over medical concerns with possible exposure to infections, but workers who refuse to get inoculated due to religious beliefs. Then there are those who've been vaccinated and have concerns about returning to a workplace where not everyone has received their shot. California's Occupational Safety and Health Standards Board is meeting today to decide to possibly ease masking and physical distancing requirements at companies where all employees are fully inoculated.
With about 25% of the workforce back to work in person, both Cal OSHA and California want to establish guidelines that loosen the restrictions so that they can get more of the workplace back to work.
California is preparing to fully reopen its economy on June 15th. Until then, there has been a rise in lawsuits across the country and here in the state, with employees who've been laid off or terminated due to their refusal to return to work. The requests to work remotely denied. KTLA legal analyst Alison Treese will explain the legal challenges in balancing government guidelines and policies set by managers of companies, and whether employers could eventually mandate vaccines in the workplace, forcing people to go back to work.
With some limited exceptions for medical and religious purposes, employers can force their employees back to work. They can mandate that they all get vaccinated, and you can lose your job if you refuse to do so.
Doctors underscore ensuring safety must be a priority for all businesses. If OSHA moves forward with this proposal to ease workplace restrictions, the state's Office of Administrative Law will have several days to review it before finalizing its decision. That's the very latest here in the newsroom. I'm Corrine Winter. We'll send it back to you in the studio.